Y'all boys ready? Yeah! Y'all boys ready? Yeah! I said G! Yeah, I said O! Yeah, I said B! Yeah, I said S! Yeah, you too! Yeah, you too! Yeah, APSU!
My name is Pat Walker. I play linebacker for the 2019 OVC 2019 champions.
My name is Shaun Whittinghill. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. I play defensive end, and I was a part of the 2019 OVC Championship team.
My name is JaVaughn. I play quarterback for the 2019 Football OVC champions.
Jauntarius, Bryant, free safety from Nashville, Tennessee. I played for Austin Peay years 2016 through 2019.
My name is Momodou. I played running back for the 2019 OVC champion Austin Peay Governors. So here it goes.
Coach Hud changed the culture of the program by coming in and instilling accountability and just championship work ethic every day. I believe that, the guys really bought into what he brought to the table, and not only did it come from him as far as accountability and the staff, but from the players as well.
Like, they have a certain standard to where a player has to meet those standards, and also a coach has to meet those standards. And us as a team, we had leaders on the team, and we had role guys on the team. We knew that in order for us to be champions, in order for us to potentially be national champions, we had to reach those standards.
Coach Hud has been there before, and so he had a program that he already knew worked. It worked at Louisiana Lafayette for 9 years, and so he knew how to win games. And he just brought a passion and an energy that, we ended up matching. So he changed the culture, brought a new energy, brought a new program, everything. It was what we needed, obviously.
Make sure you dialed in. For us to get to where we want to get to, we've got to know the direction. So we're going to type it in that GPS right now, okay? First, we got to play to our standard, all right? The standard is the standard. That means we don't hit the cone. We don't hit the cone. We will be the most disciplined team. We will take care of the ball. We will stay on sides. We will be locked in. And we're going to play to our standard. Okay? No matter if we're playing Clarksville High or if we're playing the Dallas Cowboys, we're going to play to our standard. Next thing, number one, only one game on the schedule. We only got one game on the schedule this year. It's North Carolina Central. Coming to our place, and guess what? Somebody give me the exact time right now. 7:38. 7:38 right now, guys. So in less than 4 weeks, you will be in the second quarter with about 5 minutes to go in the first half. Okay? We play 4 weeks from tonight, and right now you will be from somewhere start or early in the second quarter, mid-second quarter. It's going to get here on you fast. This team's running back coach just got fired. Distractions. Let's make sure we don't have none. Let's make sure we're doing the right thing. Let's make sure we've got our focus. They don't respect us as a team, as a program. They said, yeah, they had a fluke year 2 years ago. It wasn't a fluke. It was a good football team. But what did they think it was? They think fluke had a good year forever. They don't respect us, but you know what we're going to do? We're going to make them say our freaking name. We're going to make them say our name in the fourth quarter. When we turn that sucker on, they're going to lean over, we're going to tackle them, and one's going to be on top. This guy's going to We're going to make them tap out, and they're going to say our name. And they're going to keep saying our name every week, and it's going to become a household name. Austin Peay. Austin Peay.
1-0, baby. Yes, sir, baby. 1-0. Woohoo! Let's go.
That's Jeremiah Oatsfall on the ground right now. Not a sight Austin Peay wants to see.
First and foremost, seeing him go down, it's something that you never want to see. And so first I thought, is he okay? And I hope that he's okay. And Jeremiah's like a brother to me. And so his safety was first and foremost on my mind. And then quickly transitioning into understanding that we're still in a football game and you have to go play. And so first being concerned for him and hoping that he was okay. But then secondly, transitioning my mind into a game mode and understanding that you're going in a game, you have to perform and you have to play.
JaVaughn, him stepping in, that meant a lot to me because, JaVaughn was my roommate. And so me and JaVaughn were close. So seeing him get his chance to go in there and do what we all knew that he could do was really big. And I was so excited for him.
I was mad that J.O. got hurt, but I knew how good Jay Craig was, so I knew it wasn't a big drop-off or any drop-off at all, really, because I seen Jay Craig play in the past, and I knew he was pretty good, so I wasn't really worried.
We were focused, to be honest with you, we were focused on the bus. every last one of us, the whole team. We wanted to redeem ourselves from the loss the week prior. And we had on our mind that we were going to make a statement. We were going to embarrass these guys.
In 2015, that was the year that me and Logan came in. Our first game of our college career was against Mercer, and they came in and destroyed us. Like, it was bad. And then the next year, 2016, we played Mercer again. They beat us pretty badly, and so. There was just, for one, I'll say for us, we took that as like, this is our last time playing against this team that has owned us since we've been in college. This is our last chance to go out there and prove that, we can play with these boys and we can beat these guys.
We was on the road, so we ain't really got nobody. We always say we all we got, we all we need. So we just motivated each other, get each other up, make plays and celebrate with one another. We had a motto, it was fast. Family always stay together, so we stayed together and just pushed through it.
Week 3, I felt a lot more comfortable. Honestly, obviously when you're not playing originally, you're bought into the game and you're into it, but you're not fully into the game because you're not on the field. And so obviously going into a Mercer week, you get a full week of preparation and you get a chance to go with the ones during practice and things like that. So you get your timing down and all the reps and stuff like that. So just naturally you feel more comfortable going into that week of a Mercer. And then just the preparation was there and the guys, rallied around me and, they supported me and they knew that I was capable of doing whatever we needed to do to win. And so that just gave me a lot of confidence and just allowed me to be free and be who I was to go out and just perform and have fun with my guys.
Get a break, let's go. Get a break. OVC champs on 2. 1-2. OVC champs.
Because what happened when we was breaking down OVC champs. So Juan had started, he started us saying break it down to OVC champs. So one day Coach Hood said, y'all not finna break it down to OVC champs, y'all ain't earned it or something like that. And after that, Juan said, we're not going to let no man tell us what we're going to break it down to. So that was from a standpoint we came together as players and saying, ain't no man going to tell us what we're going to do and all that.
Before you get somewhere, you have to behave that way. If you just go along the season acting like a middle tier or a bottom tier team, you're probably going to finish that way.
we all believed that we could bring a championship to this program. And it was just so important to me because during the summer through the coaching changes and everything, believe it or not, I had guys tell me that we wouldn't win more than 3 games or we wouldn't go over 500, or the media saying the 2017 year was a fluke. And like I said in the media day, we always had that chip on our shoulder. So actually me and Cordell Jackson came up with that over the summer saying we're going to break it down on OVC Champs.
As a team, we knew what our goals were, and we knew that if that's what we want, we have to speak that into existence, but we also have to go work for it. And so I give credit to Jauntarius and Pat Walker and your Shauns and Princes of the world, just coming together and understanding and leading in that aspect of, you know, if we want to be a champion, we have to perform like champions, we have to practice like champions, we have to speak that into existence so that when it comes, we're not surprised by it.
That was just one situation where we didn't play as one and the job didn't get done.
It was fun, very fun playing against Jacksonville State and starting the OVC play because, like I said, we had that chip on our shoulder. A lot of people doubted us, but we knew exactly what we could do.
I'll just say this, we were tired of people writing us off. Like, the whole OVC, they placed us as a 6th seed to begin the season. So that really ticked us off. And we had Jacksonville State circled. They were defending champs.
They are the dominant force in the OVC. And so that's always, when you look at your schedule at the beginning of the year, that's always the game that you're like, okay, you got to get ready for that one. It doesn't matter who else you play. Like, all right, it's Jack State.
I think that was the first step of actually like playing a full game and performing well and realizing, you know, like when we all come together, we play as a team, this is what we can do. And it's like, now how do we become more consistent with that and increase and perform at that level every game that we come out? And I think that was like an eye-opener for a lot of guys to say, you know, we are capable, we are good enough. And because obviously, you know, the stigma that followed Austin Peay football for so long is, are you really good enough?
I think for us, that was just the game for us. Like, this is the chance to prove ourselves that we belong here and that we can hang with the big dogs too. So when we beat Jacksonville State, you can't tell us nothing, but we wasn't intimidated, no team.
You know, that 2017 season when we got left out of the playoffs, we had one loss to one FCS opponent, and that was Jacksonville State. And that loss is what kept us out of the playoffs. And so we have that over us where we know we want to be OVC champions. We cannot be OVC champions unless we beat Jacksonville State.
All that training, all that running, it didn't go for nothing. So we knew we were mentally prepared, physically prepared, emotionally prepared to win this game, and we did.
After we beat Jacksonville State, I don't think it was a thought of like, oh, maybe we will be. I think it was more of a solidification of that, you know, that thought of being a champ. We went out there and we did our thing. So I'm very proud of the way we played.
Great win. A hell of a good win. I don't know this guy, but I'm good job.
My 17th year being a head football coach, I've never had a win as sweet as this win.
Yes, sir.
Guys, whenever you have a change in regimen, change in culture, and a new program, it takes work, it takes time, and it takes a lot of people believing in the culture and what we're asking you to do daily. Don't ever think not making sure your locker's detailed doesn't have anything to do with being a champion. Because tonight, you did all the little things that it took to take a team that's lost one conference game in 5 years.
The little things are what matter. The little things are what add up to big things, no matter if it's getting to class on time, getting good grades.
You know, Coach Hud bringing up team effort so early in the season is important because at the end of the day, there's always going to be adversity that hits. But you can only get so far playing for yourself. He would say, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And that's true.
You hear any music playing in that locker room, you're gonna see some dancing. You're gonna see some dancing. Win, lose, draw, we were brothers, we family, we still our family to this day. And we knew that, like, it didn't matter the outcome. We knew we were gonna play for each other. And just dancing after the game, that was just a little icing on the cake. Playing in the game, that was the real dance right there.
It's a battle for first place in the Ohio Valley Conference today as two teams come in at 1-0 in league play as the 20th-ranked Red Hawks of Southeast Missouri travel to Clarksville to battle the Governors of Austin Peay.
You know, you come off of a Jacksonville State type of game, and you never want to come out flat, and you exert so much energy into Jacksonville State. And if I'm not mistaken, we came off of a bye week into SEMO, and so I think the bye week kind of slowed us down a little bit.
It's easy to struggle coming off of a big win because you're comfortable. And I think we came into that SEMO game, we started off comfortable. And then we had a reality check. Hey, this is not going to be an easy game. We have to play to the best level that we can to beat them. So we were able to, adjust and come out there with that fire under us that we needed. And obviously we saw what happened.
Like, we was like, okay, you dance. And they brought their own speakers, so that really just pissed us off. We was like, where's that music coming from? So you see them with their boom box jumping up and down. So we're like, all right.
Obviously they were focused on other things. They looked like they had a little choreographed dance going on at one point. So I'm glad that they worked on that.
I felt very disrespected.
It's like someone coming to your front door and kicking the door down and just looking at you. And it's like, what are you going to do at that moment? And so you can either run from it or you can attack it.
I know for a fact, me and Ahmad Tanner, we looked at each other and we were like, all right, it's time to turn it on.
Credit to SEMO for doing that.
We wanted to handle business. Obviously, we did. I ain't going to say nothing much more than that.
At the end of the day, we got the last laugh.
Uh-huh.
I'm really proud of how, the guys responded to that and just how we were able to respond and move forward from that moment.
And you saw after the game, we saw what happened. So we saw what.
Okay, y'all can do all that dancing, but we're going to come out with this W at the end of the day.
I'm glad they had their little fun. Who got the last laugh? It's always an interesting atmosphere to play against TSU because when we played there, I was in college from 15 to 2019, and I never played at TSU. We always played at the Nissan Stadium. So it was always fun. I looked forward to those games, like being able to play on the same field that a lot of professional players play on, and just realizing that the best in the world at this game that we play on this field right here. It's a very cool feeling.
It's time to step up, dog. Let's go. Let's show them what we do know one defense, bro. Let's show them boys, man. Let's go. Let's stick together.
That TSU game was tough. We let that one get away from us. I don't know. I still to this day don't know. I guess they were just a better team that night. They had a great game.
We didn't play up to par that game. We were the favorites, and they were the underdogs, and they played harder than us, and they just came out on top of that game.
After we lost that game, that was a tough one. We should not have lost that game, and I think everybody understood that.
We legit played to their standard from beginning to end of that game, and we know with the players that we had, the leadership that we had, that they were not supposed to be – it wasn't even supposed to be a close game.
I cried the whole bus ride back to Clarksville. Yeah, I was pissed. It's tough.
I think it brought us closer together because we realized that we have to be better.
You know, it was guys upset that week because that was a game that we definitely felt like we should have won, and a lot of people felt like we should have won, and a lot of guys were embarrassed. So we actually had a team player meeting with just players, no coaches that week. And, you know, we all sat down and got our differences out. People who had to say what they need to say or why they think the game went however it went, we all settled that.
With that players-only meeting, you know, you have frustration after any loss, and then you have to realize what the end goal is, and understanding that, you know, we didn't play to the best of our ability. You know, offensively we could have played a lot better, but I'm sure the defense would say the same, just because that was the facts of what happened during that game, but also understanding that we were still controlling our own destiny as far as winning the OVC Championship.
We just realized that, hey, our goals are not, they're not dead. You know, we want to be conference champions. We want to go to the playoffs. We can still do that. That's still obtainable. We just have to be perfect from this point out.
I think we needed that loss because I think after that loss, we won like multiple games in a row, and that just woke us up.
That TSU game is the game that changed our season around.
I take a lot of pride in my faith, and I take a lot of pride in just wanting people to understand who I am. And so me being able to pray and me being able to just be myself and be accepted by my teammates and being able to do that and being open with that meant everything to me.
Look at that score. The horse pretty sleepy. Yeah, he pretty tired. He needs a 5-hour engine.
Team celebrations are just like a bonding to us. We all out there having fun. Honestly, to me, I just felt like a kid again the whole year. I was just having so much fun. I felt like a kid again, just being able to do what I love and do what I sacrificed so much for. It was just a rejoiceful year for me.
I was very uptight going into that OVC Championship week. You can ask some of the younger teammates of mine, younger D linemen. I got into several arguments with people because I was not playing. I was not playing with them. I'm talking about the smallest stuff. I was, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, hey, because the thing I kept telling them, I said, I did not come this far to only come this far. And like I said, I repeated that all week. I did not come this far to only come this far.
I love each one of y'all, bro. We this close, bro. We been saying it all year. We this close.
I remember before the game telling the people, like, we've been breaking it down on this all year. We got 60 minutes left. Give me all you got. this our goal right here. We can accomplish what we need to accomplish.
And it does all come down to this: win and you're in today for Austin Peay, but they've got to take care of business.
I can only imagine the nerves that are on one sideline. For Austin Peay, this is for all the marbles. This would be their first OVC championship in over 40 years.
Brother Amarian Ford and Aunt Nicole. A 6'4" offensive lineman in Steelville, Georgia, number 58.
It's so rewarding, so much joy, and I think I cried. Shaun cried. You know, Shaun's another one of my best friends, and like understanding that from when I came in my freshman year what the program was, and then having, even from my recruiting visit, Shaun was my host and he ended up being my roommate throughout college and now one of my best friends. And just like I said, my care for people and knowing what he had been through, and to see him cry and the joy that he had, like that's what made it worth it.
And that'll do it. First time in history, Austin Peay will move on to the FCS playoffs. They win it 35-7 over EIU as they've gone from the laughingstock to the stock #1 in the conference. All right, let's send it down to Bree Houston.
JaVaughn, what a way to celebrate your birthday as a senior. This year you started out as a backup quarterback and now you started to lead your team to this moment right here. How are you feeling?
It's been a journey. I'm just so grateful and thankful. God is good. And I mean, it's hard to fit into words. Just first of all, like the seniors coming in, going on 11, and just the journey that we've taken to just change the program as a whole. And God is good. It feels good. Feels good to end it on top for sure.
Last week you said that when you came to Austin Peay, you didn't think you would win a game. You only came because they were paying for your scholarship. Some emotion over there on the sideline as you let go tears and hug some of your teammates. How are you feeling? What's running through your head when that clock hits 0?
I'm so overwhelmed, man. Like, my friend texted me earlier today and said, describe this year in one word, and I said blessed. Man, God has done some crazy things. Oh my God, who would have ever thought? Lost 24 straight games my freshman, sophomore year. We come in, man, we faced so much adversity. Nobody in the world thought we were gonna be OVC champions. Here we are, and we're finna go to the playoffs. That's all God right there, man. That's all God.
Your first year here, you were a walk-on. You even had to spend some nights in your car just for this moment right now. Tell us how you're feeling.
I feel great. It's no better feeling. This is what I came to do. Mission complete.
After 4 years in this program, what's the difference you've seen?
Just everybody buying in. The coaches buying into the players and the players buying into the coaches. Everybody stays fast. Everybody's a family. We always stay together no matter what.
Where do you guys go from here, Juan?
Go as far as we can go. We still got a lot of ball games to play. Long as we believe it, we know we got it.
Congratulations. Go celebrate with your team.
Thank you.
Board of Trustees, President White, our Athletic Director, Jauntarius, all of athletic support, everybody that supported the football team, fans, alumni, former players, everybody standing right here. Guys, I hope you know, when you do something together in life, like everybody here has done it, because it's taken everybody. It's taken the parents, it's taken the support staff, it's taken the administration, it's taken the alumni, the students, the band, the cheer, the dance. It's taken everybody pulling together to do something special. And when you do that, guys, and you're unselfish, and you continue to have a great attitude, and you pull for one another, especially when times are challenging, especially on the days when you don't win the lottery, on the tough days, and you still come back with a great attitude, and you believe in one another, and you believe in your brother, and you tell people you appreciate them. And when you do something together, it's always that much sweeter. All right, listen up. Everybody bow their head. Prince is going to pray for our team. Everybody bow their head.
Dear God, thank you for this day.
God, he led us that way. He led us that far. He let that team be together. He knew the pieces that needed to be there at that time to even win that championship or be even in that predicament to win that championship. So we had to give all the glory to him, regardless if it was me praying, Shaun, JaVaughn, Kentel, D-Lo, Josh Alexander. It didn't matter. Matthew Gale, it did not matter. We just knew that we had to give the praise. John Wesley Whiteside, it didn't matter. We just knew we had to give God all the most high, the most praise in that situation, and in all situations, regardless of win, lose, or draw. We just knew that we were thankful for him just allowing us to even be there. So it was even special just being champions in that situation. So thank God for that.
2019 Ohio Valley Conference champions, your Austin Peay Governors Football.
I was just happy knowing that we was gonna go to the playoffs, and in my mindset, what was going through my head was show me my opponent, because whoever you showed me, I was gonna get ready for him. We was gonna get ready to dominate.
What an awesome day this is, to have the opportunity to sit in this facility, not wondering what's going to happen, because we know what's going to happen. The Austin Peay Governors are going to the FCS playoffs for the first time in school history.
This championship was earned and won in those early, dark mornings in January, February, March, April and May and June, July, 2-a-day camp. That's when this championship was won. And I never promised them it would be easy. I just promised them it'd be worth it. Go Dogs!
Yeah, and I think I'm trying to look at the math real quick. Matt will correct me. I think there's 5.
I felt relieved because years prior we went 8-4 under Coach Healy, Will Healy, and we expected to make it in the FCS playoffs then, and we didn't know. There was a little bit of doubt that another team could make it in there before us, and we didn't know. But this time around, we were OVC champs, so we knew we would win.
Down with the 4-seed Sacramento State.
You fast forward to last year and you look at that season, it's like, well, we're here. And no matter what, we're going to be playing. And then you're in the dun, and it's like, this is everything that we wanted, and now it's coming true.
2 seasons ago, they burned the Alabama beat from the OVC.
A lot of you think you got to go out and you got to win this game today. You don't. You've already won this game.
Damn right.
Just like you're where you are right now because of what you did back in the wee hours of January, February, March, the training, the preparation that you put in then when other teams would not. The culture that we developed during that time is why you're here. You're prepared. You're ready to play. You're trained for this. All I need you to do is give me relentless effort, trust your training, trust your teammate, and play for 4 quarters, and we're going to come back to winners. Yes, our house, one play at a time, play for your brothers. I love every one of you. Let's get ready to go. Here we go.
Good block.
Farman was like a good team, and then I know just from the fact that they ran a triple option offense was like that week everybody was kind of on edge because like, what are we doing? Like, are we going to be okay? Like, so defense is going to be good. I know they run this tricky offense, and defense is like, no, like we're good. Are y'all going to be good? It's like, no, we're going to be good. And so obviously just having, like I said, that trust in each other and coming together as a team, understanding the bigger goal and that we're playing together again. But then you face a rain delay, and I guess lucky for us, we're at home, and so we're comfortable. We're comfortable. We're at home. It's like no matter what, we're going to play. And so being able to be at home, being comfortable, being with the guys, and it's like at the end of the day, like we're going to play a game, and we're in the playoffs.
I just wanted to play. Just wanted to make sure the game was not canceled. As long as we got to play, I didn't care what time of night it was. I was ready to go out there, execute, and do my job because we practiced so hard all week to prepare for them.
Regardless if it started hailing, thundering, lightning, snowing, we didn't want to leave any doubt. We didn't care what the weather was. We didn't care what time we had to play. We didn't care if we had to play the next day on that Sunday. We just know that we were going to leave no doubt that we were going to be going to the next round of the playoffs.
During the rain delay, some guys just hanging around, joking around. Like, we took it serious, but at the same time, we knew we put the work in during the week. So we were just hanging out, ready to play ball.
We had food, so we were snacking. I'm a big dude, so I like to eat. So I was living it up. I had like 2 sandwiches, some fruit snacks. I think I had some Pop-Tarts. I was chilling. So, but we, a lot of us, like we had football going on. There were a couple games that were happening, so we were watching that. So we were kind of getting our minds just, calmed down, but we were still in the mood of football and that mode.
We're in the playoffs, you couldn't ask for anything else. And whether it's raining, whether it's sunny outside, we get a chance to play football again, and we're playing in front of our home crowd in the first round of the playoffs, which is something that I don't think anyone could have ever imagined. Once you're on the field, all the other stuff goes away, and you're just in between the lines with your guys. And I think being able to just go out and have fun with them and realize we're playing football in the playoffs, and it's fun. And at the end of the day, having fun with those guys and being able to live in that moment with them is great.
Hey, we number one. We coming for that spot.
I said today was going to be a day of what? Ebb and flows, up and downs. Endurance. You got endurance. Hey, who can sustain the momentum and get themselves back ready to play after all the delays? You did a phenomenal job in your preparation, and there's a reason why you're going to Cali. Okay? We're going to enjoy this victory big time. We're going to come back Monday and get ready for Sacramento State.
Yes, sir. I'm going to let everybody dance. Come on! Good. Oh,
that was pretty special, because many of us never experienced something like that. Just being able to get to the playoffs and just had an atmosphere of people around being happy for you. Like, that's a once in a lifetime experience for a lot of guys. So I think that was pretty cool just to see that, the support from the fans and everybody. We're changing the program and making history.
Traveling to Sacramento, it was fun for the team, but honestly, the team, we were on a mission, so we looked at everything as a business trip. Of course, we had our fun on a plane on the way there or on a bus, on a hotel to the night before game, but with all said, when we wake up on game day, it's everything a business trip, and we was ready to execute.
Going to Sacramento, obviously it brings a lot of challenges.
Man, look, man, we just got to play together, man. Play our ball. Let's prove to everybody why we the number one defense, dog. Let's play our ball, play fast. That's all I got to say, man. I love y'all.
Ain't no man finna line up in front of me and tell me this is my last college game, bro. Let's all play. Let's play as a family, bro. Let's play as brothers. Let's play fast, bro. Let's fly around, bro. No mercy.
It's a different style of football. You know, we're out in the West Coast. You know, we're from the South. We played 2 different games. And so there were a lot of challenges that were against us. But at the end of the day, we were confident in the fact that we watched enough film and we were prepared for everything that they could throw at us. Seeing that clip of those fans there, that was big. You know, just being somebody that played for Austin Peay when Austin Peay was the worst team in the country, we didn't have support. I mean, we had some, but we didn't have a lot of support, and it was almost embarrassing to say you played football for Austin Peay. It made me feel really good, and I got chills. So I'm like, man, just remembering where we were to where this place is at now, and just seeing that.
Guys came in, stepped up, we held it together. I'm really proud, and we started fast, and we set the tone, and that's what we talked about.
And we got that dub, you know.
Those moments, I think that's what meant the most, and that's what stuck out to a lot of us. It's just being able to embrace the moment that we're in and take advantage of it, and not look too far ahead of us and not look too far back, but living in that moment and embracing it and taking the full advantage of it.
Montana, it was a different outlook.
Cold. Cold.
It was obviously cold. It was colder than what we're usually used to, but the cold was not as bad as we thought it would be, but the elevation.
We noticed that it was a little harder to breathe while playing. We could feel it in warm-ups, like, woo, it feels kind of different out here. Why it feels so hard to breathe? Feel like we're out of breath.
To this day, I've never been so exhausted playing football. But I just remember, you know, I played D-line, so we sub out a lot. But I could play 7, 8, 9 snaps in a row before I get subbed out, and I'm perfectly fine. Whereas at Montana State, after the second play, and if I'm lucky, the third play, I'm tapping my helmet because I can barely breathe. And I'm running over there, and thank God they had oxygen tanks for us because I thought I was about to die. And so I'm telling you, you run over to the sideline, just – he's like, breathe, inhale, exhale. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was tough. That elevation, I mean, I couldn't handle it. That was a hard one. That was really hard.
Just having that experience to play across the country in Montana, like who would have ever thought to be able to go and look at the field and then see the mountains in the background full of snow. It's like one of those like dream like games that you get to play in.
That Montana State game, I said it was a big stage. It hurt to lose that game because we knew we were 2 games away from the national championship game, but we was thinking about that in the back of our head, but we was focused on that one game, and Montana State just got the best of us that night.
We didn't play to the standard, regardless of how cold it was, regardless of what was going on around us, regardless of the noise, regardless of anything. It was no excuse.
The reason that we lost that game, I would say Montana State on that night was the better team than we were. I'm not going to blame it on the elevation. I mean, that definitely played a huge part in it, but Montana State was just the better team that night. Being on that field, it felt like we were dominated from the first quarter, from the very first play of the game all the way to the last play. And I'm still shocked to see that the score was that close because it didn't feel that close.
To realize like everybody left it out on the field. And I don't think anyone was 100%. No one had anything left to give. And so, yes, you want to win that game, but to lose it and know that everyone was literally just physically drained and exhausted, you have to be happy. You have to be proud of the guys and just how hard they fought and just, like I said, what we're able to accomplish.
That last game, it was emotional for me, but knowing that we went out there and we did what we could. We played our hardest, we fought, we put everything on the line for each other. And that being the last time playing with my brothers, it's just times that I reminisce on. I feel like we honestly did all that we could. Things might have didn't swing in our way or whatever, but no one gave up. We all tried to the very end, and that's the most important thing to me.
We accomplished something that one other team in the history of our program has been able to accomplish. And so that's pretty special to look at and something to be proud of for sure.
I'll just say that was a great experience for me. I enjoyed those guys, and we made history. We're OVC champs.
Believe it or not, the highlight, of course, I should say championship, but it's the behind the scenes, the journey to get there, and us going to Fort Campbell as a team, us running sprints as a team, us working out as a team. Those are the moments that really, really I cherish in my mind. The championship was great. That was absolutely amazing. You can't take that back. But the journey to get there, that is what, that was my championship.
I'm very thankful to just have been a part of this team. It still feels like a dream. And like, you know, I don't wear my ring, but I have it over on my little corner, and I'll wake up in the morning and I'll see it as I'm getting ready, and I'm like, man, I can't believe we did that.
When I think about making history for the school, I just think about all the things that I sacrificed, all the things that my teammates sacrificed. I think about the little things that we done right all year to make the big things add up.
I was convinced from that first speech you made, I have to confess, I had no idea what being cut different meant, but now I know. It's what you guys have done all season long, and I couldn't be more proud.
Cut different means that you stand out from the rest. Everybody's doing stuff, but how do you stand out?
Taking everything that's thrown in front of you, adversity, anything that goes wrong, and just making the best out of your situation.
Cut different just means you have to be built different, and my main philosophy with that is being resilient. You bend, but you don't break, and anything that comes, you just have to overcome it.
Be cut different, you have to do everything that everyone else is doing and do it better. And so being cut different is separating yourself from the rest of, you know, the people that's in your conference or the people that's in the country that are also doing the same things that you're doing.
Cut different is really being different from everybody else and going the extra mile and doing things different. So.
Oh! Okay then. Let's go. Quarterfinals level 4, you feel me?
Run it back. We want to know. We need to
Oh my God.
Huge.
Being on the bus, traveling to our hotels was so fun. Because I always sat in the back of the bus and it'd be, you know, Juan, Pat, Rod, it'd be Shep back there, Isaiah Norman, you know, and we'd all sit back there, and I never joined because I couldn't hang with them, but they were so funny, just constantly flaming each other up. And I just thinking about it to this day, like the jokes that they would say, and I have so many videos on my phone just everybody going back and forth, and you just knew it was gonna happen every time we got on the bus. And they would involve everybody. I mean, like Rod would yell to the front of the bus, start flaming up. Coach Campbell, Coach Lovins, like nobody was safe.
That's probably the best time of the season. Just Friday night, get to relax on the bus and joke on everybody.
We have a team full of clowns. That's what we have. Guys that love to have fun with each other. Obviously, some people call it joning, some people call it roasting, some people call it cracking at each other, but just guys that love to have fun. And so bus rides to the hotel were fun because people would race to see which bus would have the most jokesters on which bus or whatever, and you would try to get on that bus so you could laugh.
Shaun also talked about those bus rides and how guys would just sit in the back of the bus and just pretty much flame on each other and just clown. What's one joke that you heard a lot when people would joke on you, or tell me the funniest joke
that was said about me or said about somebody else?
We can do one of each. What's the funniest team joke that was said about someone else, and then the funniest joke that was said about you that you heard constantly?
Well, I'll be honest. It was on the defensive bus, so I'm of course, you came to the games. I run really hard. I love defense, so I'm gonna be with the defensive guys the whole way. I love defense, so I was on the defensive bus, but they didn't really joke on me. They knew I was there, but they didn't really joke on me.
Yeah, you should ask Prince who clowned him, because we got on Prince head too when he got on there. And the coach joked back, so it was pretty fun.
Prince actually told me, he was like, they really didn't say too much about me. So maybe he just didn't want to. He said they didn't really clown him, so maybe he just
We probably got him a couple times. We got him a few times. But yeah, the main people was Ken Wilson, Isaiah Norman. Yeah, they was getting it pretty bad back then.